Hello! I am so excited today because we are going to have a very special guest. This special guest is a former VP of Brand Virgin. She oversaw strategic development for companies such as Orbitz, Pantene, Avon, Kool-Aid, Hallmark, you name it. The fabulous Julie Cottineau, who is now a CEO and founder of Brand Twist. Julie is also my friend and my mentor, and she is constantly helping me with my brand, Wired at Heart. So today, Julie will share her wisdom with you on how to build the brand that shines online. Well, hi Julie, how are you?
Morning.
Hey, it's so wonderful to see you here. Thank you so much for joining us today. Let's just jump into this right away. I have a question to you. When people talk about brand and they think about brand, very often they associate it with a large corporation. And I just wondered, what does brand mean to you? Why do you think it's important? And if you could give us some basic practical, strategies that we can implement today, that would be wonderful.
Great, I'm happy to. And that's such a great question because I think brand is one of the most misunderstood words in the English language, or at least in the marketing language. And when I think of brand, I think very simply of a promise. Brand is a promise between the person who is offering something and the consumer who wants that. And it's actually more important for small businesses than large corporations because small businesses have to fight to have their promise heard. So they have to be really smart about their brand. They don't have millions of dollars to just push out in advertising. They have to make every interaction with the customer really matter and really communicate their brand.
And what about, if you are, maybe you're not a small business owner, what if you're an expert who is trying to kind of stand out from the crowd, and establish his or her online presence? Do you think, can we talk about personal branding this way?
Yeah, I mean, it's really, if you're an expert, it's really the same as, the same challenges of standing out and breaking through, then what people are buying into is both your expertise, which is your public brand, and then you personally as the expert. Why should I believe Julie about brand consulting and brand knowledge? There are thousands of other brand people out there who maybe have gone to the same schools, have the same theory, have the same practice. But when people are engaging with me, it's not just the content, it's the way that I'm communicating the content. So they believe that personally, you can get the content from a book, right? You could buy a book about branding. You could, rent a video, I guess, about branding. Mm-hmm. But if you really want to get a particular take on branding, then you're going to look at who the expert is, how they deliver it, what makes them credible, what's their unique point of view. And that's really your personal brand.
Well, this is very important. I think that was a huge lesson that you taught me and completely changed my life. Because as a professional on one hand, and a person who comes from academic background, that was very important for me to establish my credibility, as a professional in the field, and also as a small business owner. That helped me tremendously. So if you could share a couple of tips, I know you have so many, I'm still learning from you, but if you can just share a couple of tips with us today, that would be so wonderful.
Great, I'd be happy to. And I think the first thing is you have to be really clear about what you're offering, really clear on your brand promise. I think we have a tendency sometimes, particularly as experts, to want to communicate everything that we know. But that doesn't make it easy for people to get us. So make it easy for somebody to understand what you're about. Have a brand promise that's one sentence, no more than 3 bullet points that back it up. Why should people believe you? And stick with that story. Focus, focus, focus. That's the first thing I would say. The second thing is have a really clear idea of who you're targeting. there are a lot of people out there, for example, in my case, that need brand consulting work. Everything from, entrepreneurs to huge corporations. But I think that brands that are really successful have a bullseye target. Look at Apple, for example. My 5-year-old and my 5-year-old son and my 75-year-old mother use Apple products. But if you look at Apple advertising, they're not showing people from 5 to 75. They're showing a very hip 20-something person. Sometimes it's the actor, Justin Long, and they're showing us that these products are really cutting edge because of who they're targeting. Now, they'll get everybody else, but I really believe if you try to target everyone, you'll get no one. So in my case, I'm particularly passionate about people who are creating brands. Could be small business owners, entrepreneurs, experts, but I really try to focus on that. And what focusing on that target allows me to do is dive very deeply into them, figure out what keeps them up at night, what uniquely do they need. Because it's not exactly the same branding challenge for somebody who's got a 2-person company and somebody who's got a 2,000-person company. So focus on your promise, focus on your target. And the last thing that I would say is execute really well. And this doesn't mean that you have to spend thousands of dollars on branding, but be clean, be simple. Pay attention to your fonts, to your colors, to your imagery. My mantra is always, and you've heard I tell you this all the time, less is more, right? If you're going to pick a color, pick one color. You can see behind me, I'm a little obsessed with purple. That's the color of my brand. I make sure that whenever I use that purple, it's the same one. Dress in purple, you can see it in my scarf here. I don't try to be purple, red, and blue. I just focus. There are a lot of tools online. You can use thinkstock.com to get high-quality images that are royalty-free. You can use 99 Designs to develop a logo for a couple $100s. So you don't have to go out and hire a big agency. Don't think you can do it all by yourself. Investigate the tools, make your brand clean. And the reason why that's so important for experts is that it makes you look more professional. And if I'm buying into your expertise, I don't want to be distracted by, shiny colors here and bad fonts and, just too much going on. You don't have to put it all out there. Again, look at Apple. They're advertising, they're marketing their products super clean, white, simple, and that's what makes them seem very high quality. And then, your personal brand, you asked me that in the beginning, I think you should support that. So don't be afraid to show your personality, particularly as an expert. The reason I chose purple is because my approach to branding is all about passion. I really love it. And I look at all the other brand consultants out there, and a lot of times it's gray, and it's red, and it's very subdued. And I just thought, well, I'm going to blend in if I use those colors. So I'm going to choose something that's I've loved purple since I was a little girl. So it's authentic to me. It's part of my story. I embrace it, and people remember it. Oh, she's the one, that I saw at the conference in the purple dress. So be yourself. Be your authentic self. And if people don't like who you are in terms of your authentic self, they're probably not the right clients for you anyway. And there'll be other clients who do appreciate, all of what you have to offer.
Well, Julie, this is fantastic. That's exactly, I know that I went through this and lots of shiny objects as any creative person, and you just kept me in line. And I think also just the ability to say no, because it's so scary for people to say no to others, that, oh no, it's not going to be my customer, that's just almost, we cannot afford it in the beginning, right? So thank you so much. And I know you have this amazing event going on, which is starting very soon, right? Where we can learn in more depth, really, the art and the science of branding. Could you tell us about it a little bit?
Sure, and it's actually, when you say you've learned from me, this is a direct result of what I've learned from you and everything that you taught about distance learning and Wired at Heart, because I had a lot of branding expertise, but I didn't know how to reach people online. So after working with you, I've created something called Brand School by Brand Twist. It just launched. I'm so excited.
Yay.
Just opened for registration yesterday.
Yay!
It's basically an online course that, thanks to you, has 3 components: videos, interactive exercises, and access to a community. It's specifically for experts, small business owners, entrepreneurs, and it's very focused on teaching best practices in branding, but immediately helping people to apply them to their own business. So you can go to brandschool.brandtwist.com and you can see all about it. It's very verifiable. 8 weeks, starts in January, and really hoping that people will sign up today. And actually, as a gift to your readers, I have a special coupon code.
Oh, yay!
When you're checking out, if you put in the word twist, all caps, then you get an additional $100 off. But this is a Black Friday kind of offer, so it's only going to be available till the middle of December. So you have to act fast.
Okay, thank you so much for this generous gift to us. I didn't expect that. Okay, this is really good. And we, under this video, everybody can find more information on your brand school, and I really encourage people to sign up. It totally changed my life working with you, and my business has grown tremendously. Thanks to you. So,
thanks to you, and for honor of Thanksgiving, I want to also put out my gratitude because I never would have been able to create my online course without you. So thank you so much.
Well, that's wonderful. Thank you so much, and good luck with everything. We'll see you soon. Well, I hope you liked this video, and if you did, please click like and share it with your networks. And also join mine on Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, and LinkedIn. And if you're not on my list yet, come on over to get weekly strategies on how to transcend distances online at www.wiredatheart.com. And let's conquer and transcend distances together.